Every time I look at you, I'm so glad that you're the one I've been growing closer to as the years have come and gone, sharing for good or ill, hardly a day apart, older outside but still young at heart.
I tell you what we'll do, Albert. We'll get Barbara some flowers. After all, they have invited us to Sunday dinner tomorrow. I'll go down to the florist as soon as I've done these shirts. On the other hand, I might take all my clothes off and do a streak down to the Rifleman's. I might as well be talking to myself. Albert.
Yes, Ethel?
You haven't been listening to me, have you?
Yes, I have.
All right, then what did I just say?
You haven't been listening to me, have you?
You've got your nose stuck in that book again.
Well, I've just got to the interesting part. I'm trying to find out who killed the Colonel.
It was the gardener.
No, what did you tell me for?
You said you wanted to find out.
Well, you spoiled it for me now.
Oh, never mind. What's on the telly?
No, nothing much.
There's usually a good film.
We've seen it. It's the Bible.
Oh, I like that.
I didn't. It's a load of rubbish.
Don't be blasphemous. It was very moving.
It wasn't authentic.
Well, of course it was authentic. It was adapted from the book.
Well, what about the beginning? The creation of man?
Well, what about it?
Well, first of all, there was a pile of dust. Next minute, there's Adam Starkers.
Well, of course he was Starkers. What did you expect him to have on? A black coat and striped trousers?
No, that's where they made their mistake.
What mistake?
When he stood up, you could see it.
I never saw it.
Well, it was there, right in the middle of the screen.
Are you sure we're talking about the same film?
Well, he never should have had one.
Well, what?
A belly button. He had a belly button.
We've all got belly buttons.
But Adam shouldn't have had one. I mean, if the first man was made from a pile of dust, what was he doing running around with a belly button?
Well, perhaps they couldn't find an actor without one. In any case, it doesn't say in the Bible that Adam never had one. For all we know, God might have given him one so that he wouldn't feel out of it when the others came along.
Well, anyway, it didn't happen that way.
What didn't?
Mankind, the human race, we descended from monkeys.
You speak for yourself.
No, it's true. It's true. Primitive man evolved from the apes.
Ah, and where did the apes evolve from?
I don't know. Perhaps Adam was an ape.
You do talk some rubbish.
Hey, what you doing?
I'm ripping this up for dusters.
Well, Ethel, that's one of my favourite shirts.
Ah, I know, but the collar and cuffs are frayed.
Well, why don't you use the shirt lap?
I already have done. Twice.
Oh, well, I think I'll stroll down to the Rifleman's and I'll take young Norman with me.
You leave Norman where he is.
Oh?
They don't want you always popping in and out. Young married couples want to be left on their own occasionally. Don't forget, they're still at the romantic stage.
Fancy an early night?
Well, I'm not that sleepy.
Who said anything about sleep?
Don't you ever think about anything else?
Is there anything else?
I just want to sit down and relax.
You could relax in bed.
Not with you mauling me about.
You can't beat a good maul.
Oh, get off!
I can't help it, I'm hot-blooded.
Well, go and have a cold shower then.
Only if you have one with me.
Oh, go away.
Gives a kiss.
No.
Go on.
No, I'm not in the mood.
You think you'll be in the mood later on?
I've no idea.
It's funny, I'm always in the mood.
Yeah, I know that.
Expect that's nature's way.
What are you on about?
Well, if I had to wait till I was in the mood, my moods might not necessarily coincide with your moods. We could go for months without ever getting anything together. On the other hand, if you were always in the mood, we'd be worn out in a week. Be a great way to go, though.
You men are all the same. You're obsessed.
But we're lovely with it, aren't we?
Sometimes.
You see, Barbara, men have a higher sex drive than women.
That's no reason to start your motor running every night.
John in the pub, he does it every night.
How do you know?
Well, he told me. Men talk about these sort of things.
I hope you don't go discussing our sex life at the Rifleman's. You do, don't you?
Not specifically.
Don't tell me you've been saying we do it every night.
No, love.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
I said we did it twice a night. I'm only joking.
Well, I should hope so.
Hey, that reminds me. You got any beers in?
No, we're not buying beers out the housekeeping money.
Well, do you mind if I nip out for a quick one?
Oh, why can't you stay with me for a change?
Just fancy a drink, that's all.
Go on then, but you better be back here in half an hour.
Why? Do you think you'll be in the mood then?
No, but I'll tell you something. If you're not back in here in half an hour, I will be in a mood. And not the sort you had in mind.
There you go, Albert. Try it. Hey!
Oh, what's the matter?
Look at that.
What's wrong with it?
Well, it's cloudy.
It don't look cloudy to me.
Well, it does to me.
It's your glasses.
Oh, don't be so daft. How can it be? Oh, you're right. It is my glasses.
You want to be cleaning them now and again.
Ah, I thought it was a bit foggy in here. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Packet of Schultz, please. Oh, hello, Mr. Collier.
I do. How's the hairdressing business?
Oh, it's doing nicely, thank you. I've gone unisex.
Get away. I thought you were always like that.
Cheeky. No, I must say it is nice to have a few men popping into the salon, you know, every now and again. You must come up and try me sometime. Thanks. Cheerio.
Oh, sorry.
My pleasure.
I think he fancies you.
It fancies everybody. Fine, please, John.
I've nearly finished this.
And one for my friend with the hollow legs.
You're a good lad, Norman.
Hey, don't forget you're coming to dinner tomorrow.
No, I'm looking forward to it. What are we having?
Roast pork.
And plenty of crackling.
Aye, and bread and butter pudding for afters.
Hey, I can't wait. Did you go to the match today?
No, I'd take Barbara shopping.
Oh, she's got you well trained.
She'll have you on the collar and lead next.
She's all right.
Fancy game of darts?
Oh, I haven't got time.
You going out somewhere?
No, but Barbara said to be back in half an hour.
Hey, John, hear that? Barbara said he'd got to be back in half an hour.
It must be terrible to be henpecked.
You're asking for trouble, Norman.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's obvious, isn't it? You haven't been married a year yet. And here she is telling you when you can go out and what time you've got to go back home.
I wouldn't stand for that.
But you've got to have a bit of give and take in a marriage.
Well, you've got that, all right. She's giving the orders and you're taking them. You're going about it the wrong way, lad.
Am I?
Yes. If you don't put your foot down now, your life won't be worth living.
Oh, come on, Albert.
He's right.
I'm older than you are. I've seen it happen before. Women like men to be strong and dominant. She won't respect you for giving in to her.
Are you sure?
Of course I am. She'll think more of you if you stand up to her. You can't let wives have their own way. You've got to let them know who's boss. A man must be master in his own house.
She does get a bit bossy.
There then. Are you going to crawl home with your tail between your legs? Or are you going to say, and we're going to have another pint?
Same again.
Hello, Mrs. Collier. I'm sorry to trouble you, only I just wondered if Norman was there. He went out over 2 hours ago, and he's still not back.
See, Norman, women are not exactly like men.
I've noticed that.
No, not physically, I mean. Though now I come to think of it, I have seen one or two who wouldn't look out of place in a rugby team. No, I mean mentally. You see, it's a scientific fact that women's brains are smaller than ours.
Is that right?
Yes. So it stands to reason. If they're smaller, there must be something missing.
I suppose they must.
Right, yes, so therefore they must be inferior.
But they do have their good points.
Oh, I don't deny that at all. They're good enough at cooking and cleaning. But once you let them get the upper hand, you've had it. You can't have two bosses.
That's true.
Now, when you get married, a man promises to love and cherish, and one woman promises to love and obey.
Oh, we didn't have the obey bit.
That's your fault.
Norman. Telephone. It's your wife.
She's after you.
Oh, dear.
Norman, don't weaken. Be firm. Be masterful.
Yes. Hello? Yes, of course I know what time it is. I happen to be having a drink with my friends. I'll be home when I'm ready. Now listen. I am the head of the house, and if I want another drink, I shall have another drink. Right.
Well done, Norman. I'm proud of you. I bet she was surprised, wasn't she?
She was.
Hi. Do you know something? This could be the turning point of your marriage.
It could. Barbara told me not to bother coming home.
Hey, Norman. How was the settee?
Lumpy. Hardly slept all night. I feel terrible.
Oh. Well, you don't look so good. Here. Have a nice cup of tea.
I think I've twisted my back. Where's Ethel?
She's gone round to your house.
I think I'd better go round and see Barbara.
What for?
Apologise.
Apologising? Apologise after what she did?
I did behave a bit badly.
All you did was to have a few drinks. Is that enough reason to lock you out of your own house?
No.
Well, you can't back down now. She'll think nothing of you if you do that.
You reckon?
I'm sure of it. I know I'm right. She'll come round.
I hope so.
You'll see. If there's any apologising to be done, she should do it.
If there's any apologising to be done, he should be the one to do it.
I shouldn't have locked him out.
Why not? He deserved it.
He was only having a drink.
It's the thin end of the wedge. Give a man an inch and he'll take a mile. You've got to show him who's boss.
It's not like Norman to be like this.
All men are like that, given half a chance. Stamp it out now or you'll regret it.
Well, I hope you're right.
Well, of course I'm right.
But what if Norman won't apologise?
He will. You mark my words. He'll be round here soon begging you to forgive him.
You want to swap?
No. I don't know why I bother with the Sunday papers. There's nothing in it but nudes and stories about goings-on.
I like all that.
I don't know why they're not more serious, you know. They should have something religious in them.
Here, there's a bit about religion in my one.
All right, let's have a look.
Here. There.
Sex change vicar wants to be a nun. That's very religious.
Must be very painful.
What must?
Changing your sex.
Oh, aye.
Don't think I'd fancy it.
I shouldn't bother if I were you, Norman. I can't see you running around in a bra and knickers. Well, come on.
Where are we going?
We've got to wash the pots.
Oh, Thrillsville.
Right. I'll wash, you wipe.
No, she usually wipes.
Who does?
Barbara. I usually wash, she usually wipes.
Stop napping, grab a tea cloth.
It used to be the other way around.
What did?
Me and Barbara. She used to wash and I used to wipe.
Oh, that's very interesting.
And then she changed it.
Will you shut up and start wiping?
Sorry.
You clumsy devil.
That's why Barbara makes me wash. Says I'm accident prone.
Yes. Why don't you put those bunches of bananas in your pocket, eh? You'll drain them, it'll be safer.
Wonder what she's doing now.
Look, forget about Barbara for a bit, eh? Let her do the worrying, not you.
I hate Sundays.
Why, what's the matter with Sundays?
Well, there's naught to do.
Well, we could go to church.
Church?
Aye, church, yes. You remember church, Norman? It's that big building with the steeple and stained glass windows.
Aye. The last time I went to church, they threw water over me and slapped me backside just for wetting me nappy.
You're a ruddy heathen.
Aye, and I tell you another thing, I'm a happy ruddy heathen.
You'll find out, my lad, when you go.
Shan't bother going then.
Oh, don't be silly. We've all got to go one day, whether we want to or not.
Ah, but where do you go? When you go? If you go?
Well, we either go up to heaven or down to hell.
You see, you make it sound like a department store. Going up, halos and harps. Going down, pitchforks and shovels.
You'll find out, my lad, the day of your funeral.
Not gonna have a funeral.
Oh, don't be silly. We've all got to have a funeral.
You can't have a funeral if you haven't got a body. And I'm donating mine.
Who to, the zoo?
No, medical science. My skeleton and organs will help future medical research.
Uh-huh. What about Resurrection Day?
What about it?
Well, when Gabriel blows his horn and we all resurrect, where will you be? Scattered round some hospital in jam jars.
Here. Your missus is a long time round at our house.
Well, you know what women are like when they get alone, you know. Rabbit, 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 rabbit.
What do you reckon they're talking about?
Us. I reckon she started to feel sorry for herself. Take my word for it, she'll be round here in a minute.
What if she's not?
She will be. I know women. I've been through this before.
What, you mean you and Ethel?
No. My cousin Vera. She and her husband Fred had a terrible row, and she went home to her mother's.
What happened?
Well, she said she wouldn't come back till he apologized, and he said he wouldn't take her back till she apologized.
And who won?
Well, she came home in the end.
Ah, good.
Mind you, it took a while.
How long?
3 years.
Thank you very much. I think I'll go round and see Barbara.
No. She'll be here before long. You are, eh? What did I tell you?
Albert? Norman?
In here, Ethel.
Where is she?
Sitting at home, waiting for you to go round and apologise.
Oh.
Well, are you going or not?
Well, I suppose the better.
No, he's not.
I'm not talking to you.
The lad's got nothing to be sorry for.
Nothing to be sorry for, staying out all hours.
She locked him out, she should take him back.
Just you keep quiet. You've done enough damage as it is.
I've done naught.
Don't think I don't know who's behind all this. I've told you before, you shouldn't interfere in other people's lives.
I've just been giving the lad the benefit of my experience.
No, he's right, Mrs. Collier. He's only trying to help.
Why can't Barbara come round here and apologise?
Yeah, why can't she?
Because I told her not to.
Oh, now who's interfering?
I'll thank you to speak when you're spoken to.
And I'll thank you to watch what you're saying, madam.
I'll say what I like.
Not in my house.
Oh, it's your house now, is it? Right.
Where are you going?
Back to Barbara's, and I'm not coming back till I get an apology from both of you.
Now look what you've done.
I've just put the pork in the oven for you.
I'm not hungry.
Oh, you'll have to eat something, love.
I never thought Norman could be so stubborn.
Well, they say you never know anyone till you've lived with them. I discovered something about Albert that I never knew until we were wed.
What was it?
Well, it was our wedding night, and we got into bed. I snuggled up to him, and I found something very peculiar.
Dear.
He had his socks on. He said he always slept in them.
I think I'll ring Norman up.
What for?
Well, if I speak to him, it'll give him a chance to say he's sorry.
Well, I wouldn't, but suit yourself.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Collier, it's Barbara. Could I speak to Norman?
Just a minute. Told you. Barbara.
I accept your apology.
apology.
Isn't that what you rang for?
No, it isn't. I rang so you could apologise to me.
You locked me out.
Well, you deserved it. You're a male chauvinist pig.
She's hung up.
Well, it looks like being a long job.
Oh, this is ridiculous. One of us has got to give in.
You can't lose face now, Norman.
Well, Barbara's obviously not going to apologise, so it's up to me.
No, it isn't.
How else are we going to settle it?
Arbitration.
What?
Arbitration. When there's a union dispute, neither side can agree, they go to arbitration. Then neither side loses face.
And how are we going to do that?
Well, first of all, we meet on neutral ground, the pub. Then we find a third party to act as mediator, whose decision will be binding to the other parties. John, the barman.
We can't have him, he'll be biased.
Aye, but he'll be biased in our favour.
They're here.
Morning.
Oh, would you like to sit here?
Hello, Barbara.
Don't get too friendly, Norman.
What's he doing here?
He's the arbitrator.
Oh, no, he isn't. He's a man. He'd be biased. Fetch your wife.
Nope, won't have her. She's a woman.
Well, if you won't accept a man and you won't accept a woman, who are you going to accept?
Morning, all.
Excuse me. You're just the person we want.
Pardon?
Yes, we want you to arbitrate.
What? Here, in front of all these people?
No, you see, they've had a barley, and they want you to listen to both sides and decide who's in the right and who's in the wrong.
Oh, how exciting. It's just like Crown Court, isn't it? Oh, right, who's going to begin?
We will. First of all, he left me at home and went out boozing.
You naughty boy.
Then, she locked me out.
Oh, I say you didn't.
Then he called me madam.
And she walked out on me.
Oh, this is better than Crossroads.
Never mind about that. Who do you think should apologise first?
Remember Oliver?
Who the heck's Oliver?
Love story.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, love is never having to say you're sorry.
It's right, Barbara. We shouldn't have to say we're sorry.
Not if we love each other.
Well, I love you.
I love you.
Oh, Chuck.
Oh, Norman!
Oh, it's quite touching, isn't it? Well, come on, you two. It's your turn to kiss and make up. Well, go on.
Will you forgive me, Ethel?
There's nothing to forgive, Albert.
I'm so glad we're all friends again now.
So am I. I was beginning to think we won't get our Sunday dinner.
Oh, my God, we've left the roast pork in the oven.
Every time I look at you, I'm so glad that you're the one. I've been growing closer to you as the years have come and gone. Sharing for good or ill, hardly a day apart. Older outside, but still young at heart.